Lesson 37.
Guten Tag. Auf Wiedersehen.
Lisa, we have a few things to talk about here. In the answer key, I wanted to translate Guten Tag as good day because I wanted it to be literal. And I think that's the way we've translated it in the answer key. I mean, you could translate it as hello, but literally, doesn't it mean good day?
It does. And I think that translation is good because in German you can also say hallo or hi to greet somebody. And it's a little less formal, I would say, than Guten Tag.
You can say hi in German?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. For family and friends. Even, the younger generation, I think, uses it most of the time. But Guten Tag is a little bit more for occasions like going to the supermarket and greeting somebody or meeting a coworker. So it's a tiny little bit more formal, not too much.
As far as the word goodbye goes, I've studied several languages, and I've noticed that when I look across languages, there seems to be two different ways to say goodbye. One way to say goodbye is the way where you're saying goodbye forever, like you'll never see that person again. And then the other way to say goodbye is when you expect to see that person again. Like in English, if you expect to see the person again, you might say, see you later, or until next time, something like that. But if you don't ever expect to see that person again, you might say farewell.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that, I believe in French, like au revoir means until I see you again, until next time. But adieu means farewell, like I'm not going to see you anymore. It means something like I commit you to God.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say German also has two ways to say goodbye like that?
I think we don't often use the variation where you say goodbye forever. It's kind of harsh almost. You could say auf Nimmerwiedersehen, which would mean I will never see you again. But yes.
That does sound kind of harsh, doesn't it?
It does, yes. So I wouldn't use that normally, no. Auf Wiedersehen I would use, or I would just say tschüss.
Tschüss?
Mm-hmm. Tschüss is kind of equal to bye, just a very short version of saying a goodbye.
How do you spell it?
It's TSCH. Then we have the U umlaut, the U with the dots, and double S. Tschüss.
So Lisa, the way we say to say goodbye here in German in this lesson, it's the kind of way to say goodbye when you expect to see that person again. Kind of like in English, if you say, see you later.
Yes, that's the very literal translation, actually. It's like to see you again.
And so the word auf here means, as we say in the book, it means something like until.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's not goodbye forever. It's just until I see you again, until next time.
Exactly, which is a nice notion.
One other thing in this lesson is that the adjective for good, it has a couple of different forms. Can you explain these two different forms of the word for good?
Yes. So as you see here, we have guten Tag. Tag is a masculine noun. Therefore, guten needs to have a masculine ending that matches. Later on, you have the example gute Nacht. Nacht is a feminine noun, die Nacht. And you see, the adjective, gut, gets a different ending, just the I at the end, gute Nacht.
So the spelling of adjectives can change depending on what gender they are.
Yes.
So in German, even the adjectives have gender. The nouns have gender, the articles have gender, and even the adjectives have gender.
That's right. Everything needs to correspond with each other.
Right. We call that agreement. So the adjective and the noun have to be the same gender, and so we call that agreement. We say they agree in gender. And we're actually going to have a lesson on this later in the book, a whole lesson about agreement. So we'll circle back to this concept again later. But for right now, just keep in mind that even adjectives have gender and they have to agree with the noun that they modify.